What's up? It's your boy Jergunza here with another movie review. I haven't done one of these in quite a while. Quite a while. I think the last one I reviewed the movie was I don't even remember. Anywho's, they were talking about some animated movies that Warner Bros. Pictures has been releasing for the last few years. They've been releasing Mortal Kombat movies. First, we had Mortal Kombat Legends Scorpion's Revenge, which was pretty solid. I'm not gonna lie, I had fun with it. Then they had Mortal Kombat Legends Battle of the Realms, and I gotta say, that was my least favorite movie. They tried to rush too much stuff in one movie. It was just a complete mess. Then they had Mortal Kombat Legends Snowblind, which I recently just watched. This is a Kenshi solo film starring Sub-Zero. I will do a review on this movie if this video can at least get 10 likes. 10 likes and we'll get a review of this movie. But that is my favorite Mortal Kombat movie that I've watched. And they've released their fourth one, which is what this video is going to be about. Johnny Cage match. Now, I'm wearing glasses to be in character of Johnny Cage, but here's my thoughts on Johnny Cage's solo movie. I'll say this. I have fun with it. It was a good time. It was colorful. So basically, this is about Johnny Cage in the 80s, where his career is like, he's a C-list action star. Like, he's not even that big of a name. He's sort of big, but he's not really big. He's like, probably, what's his name? I forgot. The dude who's always playing in action movies, but he never plays in a good action movie or a good movie in general. That's where Johnny Cage is at. And he's starring this movie, which is Ninja Mime in the 80s, but he's not even the main star of the movie. It's a character named Jennifer. But Jennifer is missing, so Johnny Cage sets out a task to go find Jennifer to save the movie, because this movie will save his career. So he is desperate for this movie to succeed. Now, when he arrives to her house, he finds Ashra, who is a complete baddie in this movie, fighting Kia. And yeah, you know where it goes from there. He has Chuck as his assistant, who we later find out that Chuck is mocap. Yeah, I will say this. I liked the idea that Johnny Cage is in the 80s and he's acting classic macho Johnny Cage. It fits with the 80s, and I love the whole retro feel to it. We also get a few other MK characters in here. Like, there was a lot of characters in here. So you had Ashra, like I told you. You got Mocap. Drummond had a cameo in here. Jataka. Who else? What's that dude's name? Moloch? Look here. I'm not going to act like I know how to say every MK character's name. And some of these characters, I didn't even give a damn they were in the movie, but I noticed that they were in there and from other games. A lot of Sub-Zero mythology characters were in this game, even though this is a Johnny Cage movie. But we get to the point where we find out that the person who Johnny Cage is trying to find, Jennifer, is actually Serena. And Serena is part of this cult, so to say, that worships Shinnok, that wants to arise him. And, you know, Serena is a demon as well. All these people who are in the Hollywood scene, we find out, are demons who worship Shinnok. They got into Hollywood. It's treated like the Illuminati, and I don't mind the idea at all. I liked it. I like the idea that we put MK villains in the Illuminati version of Hollywood, and I think it's interesting. Raiden even made an appearance in this movie for a bit. Now, one thing I want to say is also, they changed these characters' designs and outfits up to fit the 80s theme, and it works. In my opinion, it does. I didn't care for Serena's design. I thought the dress and everything was okay. I just didn't care for the hair. That's just my opinion. Yeah, I have nothing really bad to say about this movie whatsoever. It feels like a late 80s movie that you would have gotten with Eddie Murphy. What's that movie called? Golden Child. If you've seen Golden Child, this movie feels exactly like Golden Child. Now, here's my final thoughts on it, though. This movie lacks in its fighting. Honestly, that's all I can say. That's the only negative thing I can say. Johnny Cage is presented perfectly. He's amazing. This is probably the best year Johnny Cage has had with MK1 and now this movie. But this movie, where it really fails at is that its fights don't feel brutal. I don't know. It just don't feel like. It doesn't feel like there's much thought behind the fight scenes. And I say that going into this movie after watching Snowblind, and Snowblind, I believe, has some of the best fighting scenes I've seen on all four of the movies they've had. This movie had Scorpion, Sub-Zero, Kenshi, Kano, Cabal, and I forgot who else. It was like three more people, important people. And the fight scenes in that movie was great and brutal. Oh, Trimmer was in that movie. But then when I go to Mortal Kombat Cage Match, and you look at the fight scenes on there, they're kind of, I don't know, it feels held back. I don't know. I just didn't really care for it. So with that alone, I'm gonna give this movie a solid 7 out of 10. You know, I don't think I'll be rushing to watch this ever again. It's not bad. Some people will really love this. I don't think it's like, yeah, it's not the strongest movie. It really isn't, but it's one of the good standouts. With that being said, I have a code for Johnny Cage Match, right? It's a digital code so you can watch the movie digitally. Now, the first person who puts a comment on here saying, give me that, will get the code to this movie. Now, when you get this code, you gotta make sure you download Movies Anywhere. In here, you gotta make sure you gotta download the app Movies Anywhere, and I will give you the code. I will message you the code, and you can watch this movie for free. It's been your boy Jared Gunza. Y'all take care. Peace.